Welcome to Roguecast, the official podcast of Rogues Gallery. We'll talk comics for the week, as well as whatever news is on our pop cultural radar. I'm Randy.
I'm Nick.
This is Dave.
And now, on with the show.
Hello and welcome to the last Roguecast of the year.
That's right. Next year we'll be nestled in our beds with stockings on our heads and sugar plums dancing, and it's an old-timey stocking, Randy. Not like sexy stocking or like creepy Robert.
Bank, I was going to say nestled the stockings on our heads. We're going to rob a bank for Christmas.
That's right.
Yes. And you can't.
But I'm going to come in with a Christmas stocking over my head and just like run right into a wall.
Oh, put your hands up.
I feel like we're going to be in like a Seth Rogen movie.
Oh God.
No, the next two Tuesdays are going to be crazy busy. It's the day before Christmas Eve. It's the day before New Year's Eve. We don't expect to be able to get back here and talk to you lovely people. We expect to be out there working like slaves and dogs.
So we prepared a special podcast that's like our loving end of the year hug to you.
Right, yes, exactly.
We wish to nestle with you.
Yep.
We wish to have sugar plums with you.
We want to rock with you like Michael Jackson would.
Yes. Well,
wait a minute.
Not the good Michael Jackson.
I didn't sign on to this.
This is the podcast where we're going to do our look forward to 2026 and some of the things we're excited about.
Yep.
In addition to, we're going to talk about some of the comics this week and talk about some movie trailers and some of our usual stuff and games. But that's it's our bonus excitement of next year.
We don't do best ofs anymore because Nick and Dave are both scared of making lists.
We don't like to make lists all year long like a little weirdo obsessive like Randy does.
That's right. I have a best of, and I will give it to anyone who wants to hear it.
Have you seen the movie Seven? You know the journals in that?
It's not saying that Randy has a wall of journals, but
I don't. I have an app on my phone
That's right.
and spreadsheets on my computer. But that does bring up. I do have one extra little treat for people at the end of the year here.
Okay.
What I'm calling the alternative title
Randy's
showcase.
taking his clothes off.
Nope. Stop. I'm calling this the alternative title showcase.
Oh,
I have saved all the titles that there are out of context titles we do for the year.
Yep. We take the titles for our podcast episodes from whatever some weird thing we say during the podcast.
Yep.
And then just throw it in there out of context.
Every so often Dave will point at me and he's like, that's it.
That's the one, yeah.
Yep.
And but we also have ones we don't use.
Yes, and so I'm going to read to you the alternate titles that were not used for the Roguecast. All of this was uttered at some point during the Roguecast this year.
These are real things.
Yeah. Zeus's Light Cycle.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Ride the Umber Hulk, Pet the Flumph.
Yep.
The Coppertone Dog is here for the holidays. Always Hot and Weird Sodas. The Most Hardcore Weather Walker. Would you like to add a swamp gas balloon? Our ASMR episode. Weight and Girth Comics. Jacked Up Evil Man. Kaiju and Murder. Rockstar Trauma. Airship Gatsby. Dino Dave. We had a little run there of two-word. The Golf Cast. The Owlbear Renaissance.
What were we talking about? How did golf come up ever?
I think I was watching the show Stick.
Yes, that's exactly right, yes. Nick's shower is fixed. Nothing like a soggy Spider-Man. Just for the Screaming Veggies. Mogo Logo. Come for the Black Mask. Stay for the Hot Nocturna. I like to chirp and inflate my throat sack. Tea and Punishment. During this podcast, someone ... will die. Party Time for Vampires. And finally, Shredder is a badass zaddy.
It's as true now as it was whenever we randomly said that a few weeks ago.
That is the gold that we have left on the floor. You people are getting the best version of the podcast.
That's right. We hone these and refine them into powerful ore for you.
So yeah, I will start that list afresh for next year. Nice. All the alt titles. And who knows what will happen this week. All right, let's talk about games that came in this week. One of the big things we got, I kickstarted this one and we got it right before Christmas, which is great, is Flamecraft Duels, which is the two-player game based in the cute dragon game that people love. I played this at BGG. I talked about it. It's one of my favorite games I played there. We have 3 copies left. It is the fancy edition with a little like jewelry box style box that's got a little clasp on it.
I expect these to fly off the shelf.
I think they could be gone by the time you listen to this podcast.
That's true.
So good for friends, good for couples.
Yeah, a really good, fun 2-player game with really nice components. We also got the Flamecraft Dragons and Dragons expansion. which is more stuff for Flamecraft to make.
More dragons.
And Dragons of the Past, which is another mini expansion they have. So if you're playing Flamecraft a lot, you need some new cards, this is a good place to go. We got a series of Pathfinder Deep Cuts minis.
Yep.
They're all various devils.
Yep, they're all demons.
Yeah. Deep Cuts, by the way, is just the name of the Pathfinder minis line.
Yep.
Like, they've always called it that. Like, we probably just say that WizKids makes D&D miniatures and Pathfinder miniatures, both of which are also basically interchangeable with each other.
We mix them all together on the shelf. Yeah.
But yeah, they are called Deep Cuts.
Yep. We got a game called Hot Streak. Hot Streak it was a very popular game at like BGG. I think it's winning awards and stuff. The game it's got these little plastic mascots, like they're mascots
they're
for
for
a hot
sports
dog
teams.
and a queen.
But they're obviously people in costumes because you can see their eyes and it's weird.
The description is, Hot Streak is a game about betting and racing and screaming. You're all hard luck gamblers betting on the world's most off-brand mascots. And unlike most racing games, the race never stops for you to make any decisions. All your sneaky strategizing is done beforehand. So everyone can just sit back, cheer, boo, and scream at a hot dog man.
Sure.
I don't know how this game works, but I'm very fascinated.
So it must be something where you like build a deck of cards or like some sort of list of things.
Honestly,
I think you wind them up and let them go.
I think the box unfolds to become the racetrack, and there is
I
like
believe
a
that is the
crank
case.
or something.
I thought it was something like where you would like when they said all the strategy is done at the beginning. I thought it means like you like had a deck of cards that are like, I'm gonna do this, and this.
I think,
and then they just all overlap.
I think you just bet. No, so Dave is right. There is a racing deck, one card for each mascot. Number of random cards based on the player count. You reveal them to all players. Players draft a betting ticket in reverse order, draft a second bet. You can play it safe or flip it to the risky side, which might pay out more or cost you money if you lose. After betting, you choose one of 3 cards in your hand to secretly add to the racing deck. Shuffle the deck, burn 3 cards, then reveal the cards one by one from the deck, moving the mascots along the track. So yeah, you have put in some cards.
Yeah.
But the game, which goes up to like, I don't know, 5 players, 6 players, 9 players.
Oh wow.
Have put in, so there could be like 30 cards in the deck, and then you're randomly dealing out cards and just hoping that the mascots don't go in the wrong direction.
Like Flux and other games like that, it seems like you embrace the chaos.
Yes. Yep. I'm looking at it, it's got like a big fish, it's got a hot dog man, it's got a queen or
Are these
a king.
like Mario Kart racers, but like third rate?
Yes.
What they kind of look like?
Yeah, they're like people
They're
in
cool
big
miniatures.
suits, like
Oh, okay.
like the Philly Fanatic and that kind of.
Yeah.
Also, it does bear that Homer Simpson is in there. You remember Homer, the Dancing Homer? Dancing Homer appears to be one of the mascots.
Like actual Dancing Homer.
Yep.
Like they
no, I'm
somehow...
not sure. These are somebody's pictures from BGG, and I think somebody added in their own.
I think that one was not, because it is not in the main. Loadout.
So for example, a side bet: will 2 mascots be stopped on the same space at the same time? Yes or no? You can bet on that.
Okay, so this is like playing like roulette with a crazy Mario Kart race.
Yep.
We're just training people to be gamblers.
Yes. Yeah, we are.
Okay, cool.
You know, I listen to like YouTube and podcasts and things like that, and lately I've been flooded with all of these ads. I guess Missouri legalized gambling or some kind of gambling, and man, they want you to get into it. They just will not stop trying to get me to. They're like, if you get on board our online gambling now, you get $500 in free credits. And I'm like,
I don't know if you know this, Dave, but once you start gambling, it's real hard to stop. So it's
there
kind of
is
like
a little
cigarettes.
note
They
at
want
the
to
end.
get you into it.
They do that little like, if you're having trouble gambling, it's like, please seek blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's the next round of ads you're going to get targeted with.
Yeah.
We got a game called Forestry, which is not about mascot racing.
It's not.
You're committed to sustainable management of forests.
This is a responsibility game.
It's
This
a resource
is the exact
management
opposite.
game. It says medium weight Euro game. So
Okay.
yeah,
It looks pretty.
the opposite of Hot Streak.
Yes.
We got Strange Tales Hero Clicks, which in addition to having a lot of magic, so there's Clea, Jericho Drum, Morbius, Mephisto, Baron Mordo, Bloodstorm, some of those characters. There's also, that was the first appearance of Nick Fury, so there's some S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff in there. A wand agent, which is the thing I think Jed Mackay
It's
created
Jerry
a wand.
Dugan.
Jerry Dugan created that.
Jerry
Makes
Dugan.
more
Oh, like Shield's Magic Division.
It's Shield's Magic
Yep.
Division, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the new Strange Tales set.
Mm-hmm.
We got a game called Kabuki Tricks, which is a trick-taking game based around becoming producers of a Kabuki performance.
Okay.
Cool.
The iconic Japanese play format from
Correct.
like 100,000 years ago.
Yes.
Or maybe like 500 years ago. Maybe less, I don't know.
Sounds right. No, they were Kabuki in caveman times.
A number of years ago.
There's Sanctuary, which is a new version of the game Ark Nova, where you build a zoo. This, I think, is a tile-based one as opposed to a card drafting, and I believe it might be a little bit quicker. Probably not super quick, but it says medium weight. So.
But it is a standalone game in the Ark Nova universe, right? It's not an add-on or anything?
Right, correct.
Okay, cool.
The Novaverse.
The Old Gods of Appalachia RPG, which is based on a podcast, and is a cipher system game.
Good
popular.
spooky podcast, recommended.
Gets 2 new books, All Your Gods Are Dead, which is a entities and items and stuff for the DM, and Dig Your Own Grave, which is a sort of a character advancement one.
Nice.
So the characters lets you build advanced characters, a new choose your own background system, so like some add-ons to that game.
You've killed all your gods, you now have to bury them.
Yep.
I recommend people check out the podcast as a little inspiration for it. It's weird, like little kind of John Constantine of the Appalachians, monsters and demons and weird deals.
Does he have a magic moonshine jug?
There's no central character, although it does have an ongoing story at times. But I think there's also a lot of standalones.
Yeah, it's a lot of standalones.
I heard John Constantine. I thought maybe there was a John Constantine hillbilly.
It's John Constantine flavored.
I mean, that's John Constantine flavor.
But there's no hillbilly Constantine.
Randy, I'm trying to get people hyped up for it.
I'm just saying, if there's not going to
get people hyped down for it.
If there's no hillbilly Constantine, what am I doing here?
Okay. I'm sure. I know I've told y'all about that character that in Hellboy they actually did a sort of a version of called Silver John that is from a series of novels from like the 60s that was like a traveling, moonshining magical banjo player with silver strings to stop demons.
This is what I'm talking about.
That was like an Appalachian folk hero, like an invented one. It's not a real thing.
Yeah.
But I suspect that if you listen to what's the show?
Old Gods of Appalachia.
Old Gods of Appalachia enough, there probably is somebody. They must have done some version.
At some point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I will.
Somebody who has listened to this whole podcast, please email us and hillbilly. What is it?
Hillbilly John Constantine.
Hillbilly John Constantine in the subject line, and let us know.
How to Lose a Guy in One DM is a
party game.
Party game where basically it's based on dating apps. A judge reads aloud a dude's profile and deals out 3 of his texts, sliding your DMs. And later at night, they get more cringe. The other players clap back with their funniest responses.
This sounds in the ballpark of the game Red Flags, which these kind of dating app type games or like set up the current player up in a what's the Cards Against Humanity style way where basically there's one person who gets to choose from the options. They're fun games. They're good party games with your friends.
Warhammer Fantasy RPG gives us Lords of Stone and Steel, which is the dwarf source book.
Okay. Get your dwarf on. I assume that means that they have the Troll Slayer in there, the manic dwarves who get tattoos all over their bodies.
Giant
mohawks.
They get mohawks spiked with grease in their hair, and they try to get killed fighting a troll.
Yeah.
Which the trolls, by the way, in Warhammer are basically rip-offs of aliens because they have acid for blood. That's not the case in D&D, is it?
The D&D, they
just regrow. Yeah. I believe the trolls in Warhammer do that as well, ripping off 2 things, as well as aliens. But I believe, they're super acidy too.
All right, let's talk comics for the week. It is a lighter week.
It is.
But there's still a lot of good stuff in here.
Yeah.
Not a lot of number ones. There's actually only 3 number ones that I know of.
Yeah, it was nice. I didn't have to make a ton of signs this week.
That's great. We've got Black Panther Intergalactic number 1 by Victor Lavelle. This is a spin-off of the Imperial, which has reset the status quo for Marvel's sort of spacefaring world.
I didn't get around to checking this out, but the sign I made for it based on their own solicit for it, made it sound like they're trying to... Something happens to T'Challa, and they're trying to he's trying to balance running Wakanda with its empire, its galactic empire. And I think Shuri has to go on a rescue mission for him or something. Mm-hmm. Something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
Cool. Marvel Rivals Ignite, number 1. I don't know if this was a digital first or not.
I don't know, but this was a fun one. I don't know much about the Rivals universe. I only get drawn into it because of Peach Momoko.
Yeah.
This is a trio of stories, each focusing on various characters. It looks like there's elements of her Demon Wars as well.
Yeah, there's one that's called Demon Days. That's Psylocke versus Venom.
It's featuring, their version of Psylocke.
You say her, you're talking about Peach Momoko?
Peach Momoko.
Okay.
She writes and draws the
said that
first story.
name.
And then there is a Samurai Punisher story featuring Penny Parker, which I thought was a ton of fun.
Yep.
And a Hela versus Luna Snow. It was a cool
But this
version
is
of
all the
Hela.
Marvel rivals that are in the
shooter
game.
game.
But it's like
But it's in feudal Japan.
lensed through, I think, Momoko's Demon Days or something.
So
Because
is it all in feudal Japan?
Yeah.
I mean fantasy.
All of it is?
all of it is.
Huh, interesting. Okay.
So I feel
Nobody's
like
driving cars, but everybody's carrying swords.
it's true.
That's how you know you're in feudal times.
No one's driving cars, everyone's carrying swords. I do think that is a good apt description.
So, for instance, if I said in Excalibur, is it feudal or is it modern? You ask this question.
Yeah.
Or you apply that.
Yeah.
If it's true, it's feudal.
Yes. It's like if you wake up and there's a cowboy, you're like, am I in cowboy times? And if he says no, it's a bad cowboy. And then the other number one, we actually, as we do the podcast, we have not gotten everything yet.
Right, because everything is crazy for the next
Shipping
several
is-
weeks. And
Yeah.
shipping is crazy.
So we will have it for Wednesday, we hope.
We hope.
But we do not have everything, so we've not read everything. So there is one that we did. We all got a chance to read the one copy we had of Wonder Woman Zatanna, right?
Yes.
This is from the DC KO line. This is their latest fight.
Another fun one. It's got
Not
Mark
Wonder Woman,
Gandolfo.
Harley.
Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn. You're right.
Harley Quinn and
Harley Quinn and
Zatanna.
Zatanna. Right.
That's right.
I didn't have it in front of me, Nick. I had to guess. Harley Quinn, Zatanna.
Yes.
This is the next in the. It's round 4, 3, something.
I believe it's round 4.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's a lot of fun. It's got art by Mark Gandolfo. They do some interesting, fun stuff with the powers.
Right, and because this seems a little mismatched. Zatanna potentially quite powerful, and Harley chaotic and wild, but not super powerful. It's addressed. It's addressed in this.
Yep.
And they come up with some interesting things about it. I will just say, on page 2 or something like that of them tangling, Harley just manages to get a jab of the base of her hammer to Zatanna's throat. And Zatanna can't talk.
Yeah.
And you can guess that puts her in a bad spot.
It's true.
And then there's some other interesting things sort of about the rules there, especially towards the end of it. And
These have been a ton of fun.
Yeah.
every one of them is a little bit different. Some take themselves a little more seriously. This one is a little on the lighter side, but by the end of it, it's less so.
But people who like the fighting stuff will like the fighting stuff.
You should check it out.
We do not have Titans number 30 yet. That is Cyborg versus Swamp Thing, which is round 5, I believe.
Oh, man. That's
I got it
crazy.
reversed. The Harley is round 5. The Cyborg is round
It's
4.
round 4. Okay, yeah.
Is
But
he
anyway,
going to use white sound to make that makes plants
I don't know.
shrivel?
We don't have it yet.
That's what it sounds fun.
Yeah,
it sounds
maybe.
fun.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe it'll suck. I don't know.
And then we're getting a number 1 from Image called Wrestle Heist. A former pro wrestler who has a brush with death thanks to a crooked promoter assembles a crew of fellow wrestlers he screwed over to rob him blind during the biggest wrestling event of the year.
Yep.
This is from Kyle Starks, who did the Peacemaker comic.
Yep.
Yeah, I made the
hate
sign
this
for
place.
that, and when I was looking it up, I was like, "That is a great little hook."
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
He does fun stuff. I like
I
Kyle
think the
Starks
idea
stuff.
is that these wrestlers, of course, though, have the limitations of being kind of dumb, meat-headed wrestlers,
So their heist is maybe not gonna
and
be
so
the
their
smartest.
heist is going to be a chaotic mess.
And their
Looks
bodies are broken.
Sounds like fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep.
And then we got several number 2 issues this week.
Yep.
Daredevil, Punisher, Devil's Trigger number 2, which we don't have yet. Die Loaded number 2, which Nick, I think you read.
Yeah, it was great. It just
What is it
continues.
called?
Die Loaded, the sequel to Die.
Yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous art, fun story.
Space Scouts number 2, book we all really like number 1. I think we all
Yeah.
enjoyed number 2.
This was
Yep.
like Matt Kint's indie take on a Legion of Superheroes type contest by way of what's the thing where people fight on an island?
I don't remember what you're talking about. Mortal Kombat.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit more battle royale-y and kind of has a little bit of a darker tone, but the art is this very beautiful kind of more cartoony art.
David Rubin.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's worked with a bunch of people.
Some
He's
career
really good.
best work, I think, from him.
Yep.
Then we've got Alien versus Captain America number 2, which I think we all really enjoyed. It's very violent.
It is a standout issue for me, honestly. It was a ton.
It's one of my favorite things I've read this week. It's,
The premise, which we talked about when the first issue hit, was that it's set in World War II, and
Yep.
basically Hydra digs up some old Inhumans or whatever. I think.
the city of Inhumans, which was wiped out by the aliens.
Right. They find that and they're like, oh, there's stuff in here that we can use as weapons to win the war.
Yep.
And it kind of goes poorly for them.
Yeah. Well, and this is Cap.
Part.
Yeah.
This is Cap and the Howling Commandos, and there's a twist at the end that I thought was really clever.
It was.
It ties into some other Marvel lore and stuff, and it's just not something. It's not something I expected to see.
Yeah, it's
but
good.
It's really cool.
Planet She-Hulk #2 continues. She-Hulk has been stuck on this planet. She is a lawyer, but she has to fight this world of like savagery.
Yep.
And there's everybody's like fighting for the throne. This is really good. I wasn't as sold on the first issue, but I really like the second one quite a bit. Battle World #4, which continues to be one of my favorite books of the year. Nobody's reading it, but when the trade comes in, you should all check it out. This is I've talked about it before.
This is a bunch of alternate world Marvel characters teaming up.
Yep, they're on a battle world created by the evil Korvac.
Yeah, normally the battle world is, the Beyonder and stuff like that. At this time, a heavy hitter like Korvac. But I think we can say who's controlling it. Who's controlling this one, though, right?
Korvac.
But there's another person, right? Isn't there?
No, it's Korvac. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I thought that Arcade had something to do with it.
Arcade was in the previous issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Korvac is the big bad.
Okay.
Arcade was his.
I think Arcade is a cool name to mention to people.
He's not in this one anymore.
Nobody knows who Korvac is.
Nobody knows
except
who
for people
Arcade
who are
is.
over 50. No, people know from the X-Men cartoons.
I think that is the problem with this book. This book is written for me. This is all stuff from like the 80s, and I am loving it. This issue, and they also have done little nods toward other continuities that Marvel owns. So in this issue, we see Crystar, some more characters in the new universe, some more characters from CrossGen. Like it's clearly he's like using all the toys in the box.
Crystar. So in addition to, they made that toy of him recently. Yep. I guess that means that they have the probably all but free rights to use them in the comics. That's right, because he did show up in some terrible Rob Liefeld comic.
Yeah, this is in a good comic. But yeah, the Battle World is super fun. If you have any fondness for superheroes from the 80s or 90s, I really enjoyed it. We've got G.I. Joe #16, which I've not had a chance to read, but y'all both have.
Yes, I still read it. And
it's part of the Dreadnought War.
Violent, anarchic Dreadnought War. The Dreadnoughts are made out to be kind of more dangerous in this one, but the heart of this storyline is the kind of Duke and Cobra Commander having to work together against them. And in this case, there's like big clashes going on. There's some bigger stuff that happens than just like two people or small groups of Dreadnoughts. Big throwdown. Some interesting use of Energon.
Yep.
An interesting possible deal being cut behind the scenes by some people.
A focus on Hawk.
Hawk or... Is it Hawk?
Yeah, it's General Hawk.
Okay, I couldn't remember if that was Hawk or
It's not Flag.
Okay.
Flag is off in Transformers right now.
Okay, that makes sense. But anyway, another really good issue in the
Loved
run.
it. The art, I think, is spectacular.
Two things we haven't gotten yet: Absolute Flash #10, Superman Unlimited #8. No, we're looking forward to reading those.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that we do have: Mortal Thor #5. Is everybody still? Nick, you fell behind.
I fell behind. I'm
not
going to
reading
catch
it.
up.
Dave, you stopped reading it? I'm really liking it.
I didn't stop reading it because I wasn't enjoying it. It was just one of those I got behind at some point.
Yeah.
But I only read the first issue or two.
The last issue was sort of a focus on Asgard. It kind of left the main story alone. This issue gets back to what's going on Earth, Midgard, if you will, and there's some really cool stuff they're doing. Remember Donny Cates introduced sort of an evil Donald Blake?
Yeah.
They're doing some interesting stuff with him.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't crazy about that concept.
No.
And I like what Al Ewing is doing with it. Al Ewing is really good at rescuing bad ideas.
He's really good at playing with all the toys.
Yeah. So that's really fun. Strange Tales #3 finds
that one.
the Hulk in Wakanda.
Actually, really liked this in the end.
So they're slowly picking up a group. Like it started off with Scarlet Witch and Nico, right?
Yep.
And then last time they added Doctor Strange and a ghost version of Ghost Spider. This issue they pick up Shuri and some of her Dora Milaje and the Hulk.
There's a neat thing where the Hulk is rampaging through Wakanda, and Shuri and the Dora Milaje are trying to figure out how to stop him, because Shuri rightly figures she's normally the Hulk is just doesn't rampage completely recklessly. There's either a focus to him or something has happened to him.
Yeah.
She's like, let's go figure it out. And that's obviously a dangerous prospect. But the other characters show up in pursuit of Hulk, knowing something is going on. And Ghost Spider, who is a literal ghost at this point because of stuff that happened with Doctor Strange's thing, is trying to like the movie Ghost, use somehow make her presence known when nobody can see her.
Yeah. The art in this is spectacular.
It is. There's this very high energy, almost manga-ish art.
Yeah, I don't know who Bailey Underwood is, but I will follow wherever they go.
Yeah.
I really, really like this.
And I think lots of fun moments in it, too.
There's some good reveals about who the bad guy is. I'm really enjoying this. Number 1, we all really love. Number 2, I thought was a little bit of a letdown. Number 3 is a backup to great.
I agree.
So I think it's all going to read really well in the trade as long as they don't drop the ball.
Yep, don't drop the ball. Strange Tales.
It is a Mackay Tuesday.
Yep.
Which means that we've got his Avengers, which is a focus on the Twilight Court, his sort of King Arthur-esque bad guys. Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu 15, which wraps up his latest Moon Knight run to start with a new one in February.
Yep.
X-Men Book of Revelation, which is the story of what's his name? Not Cypher, aka Revelation. And his sort of ongoing battle with Apocalypse, who he's supposed to be the heir of.
Right.
And a infiltrator of his group, who is basically being poised to kill him. There's some good reveals, some nice politics and stuff in here. And this is definitely setting up the big confrontation of the finale of Age of Revelation. So even if you're not reading all of Age of Revelation, and probably you're not, this is definitely one of the ones to read, the Book of Revelation. It is a pretty central one to what's going on. I have lost a few of the Age of Revelation ones. I'm not reading all of them.
Yeah.
But this week was the ones I was liking. So in addition to that, there is
Last Wolverine.
Which I really enjoyed. Also has Nightcrawler in it. And Heather Hudson, Vindicator. And then Radioactive Spider-Man, which is actually a very sweet, sort of tragic story of the Spider-Man.
And Omega Kids.
And Omega Kids, right. Which I didn't get a chance to read. I forgot about.
Yeah.
TMNT Casey Jones gets a 3rd issue. Really enjoying this Casey Jones story.
It's not kind of going the places I thought it was going to go. In this issue, he's running up against it. I don't know who this guy is. What's his name?
I don't know. He's a big leopard guy.
He has his names get mentioned a few times in it.
I feel
but
like
anyway,
he's been around.
He's a big white leopard-looking mutant person who's very unstoppable in a fight. But his the nature of why he's unstoppable, of the fight that goes down, and a team up between Raphael and Casey Jones.
Yep.
And Casey Jones doing a little bit of internal retrospect about how he works together with Raphael and whether he is as good as him or can match him and stuff like that, or fight alongside him at his level, is very interesting. But the bad guy ends up being really interesting too. You kind of see this kind of dark story that's going on with him and the master he serves, and kind of why he's having to do what he does. It's just it's a little bit deeper than I expected it to be.
Looks cool.
Yeah, it's still a badass. Basically, it's a fight issue.
I'm really enjoying where TMNT is right now. I like the main book. I really like Shredder. I really like Casey Jones.
Yeah, what a weird thing to have happened.
It's a really strong little subline for IDW.
Yeah.
Also, still enjoying IDW's Star Trek stuff. I'm not keeping up with Lower Decks. I'm not keeping up with the Strange New Worlds thing they're doing, because I've kind of fallen off Strange New Worlds. Mm-hmm. But they are doing this Last Starship, which is by Kelly and Lanzig, the guys who did the previous stuff.
Yeah.
And this is just in the wake of the burn, they put together this starship, the USS Omega, which uses the Borg technology, and their engineer is the Borg Queen from Picard, Alice.
Right.
Or I think it's her name, Alice.
The
young Borg Queen. Was her name something else?
I can't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
She's in there. They've brought Kirk back from the dead. They've got an interesting crew, and they're dealing with this sort of this Klingon cult known as the Black Path, that's going to attack Earth, and they are just trying to stop them. There's some really fun action stuff in here. There's some really interesting use of their programmable matter stuff. I'm really liking this sort of...
32nd Century was a cool playground, and I'm glad that Starfleet Academy will be taking place during that, because there's lots more to be done with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this sounds pretty cool.
And then we got the final issue of Star Wars Jedi Knights, which I know, Dave, you've been digging.
Yeah, it ended really strongly. This issue, without saying too much about it, Jedi Knights is focused on... It lived up to the promise of what I wanted, the Jedi Knights out there are as arbiters of justice and, lone warriors to figure out problems on planets. They kind of this has been a little Planet of the Week, but with kind of sophisticated takes on whatever the problem is. You've got like Yoda out there, Qui-Gon Jinn, a lot of the big ones working with apprentices, and what I think is just like great art and has had really good stories. In this one, Qui-Gon is running up against something from... ends up being a callback to when he was a Padawan and was being trained by, who was the big bad?
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
Yeah.
And he'd been trained by him, and he's like, oh, right. He's like, once that sort of falls into place, he's like, oh, yeah, what happened then was bad. Basically, I didn't know that my master was this bad person at the time, and Dooku kind of prompted him to basically do something very unconscionable, and then he himself used it to justify doing something even worse. And so when they run into this problem like a decade later or whatever, he's kind of like, oh, these people probably have a legit reason to be pissed. And it's like a complicated situation that they have to figure out. And the ending was kind of a surprise. It was really good.
That sounds like some of like the moral quandaries and stuff they got into the Clone Wars cartoon and stuff.
I think people who like that, which was kind of... You know, it was like that, you know, it had Jedi Knights, but with more clone troopers around.
Yeah.
This is just the Jedi Knights. But I do think it kind of hits the highest standards that were set by those kind of the best Clone War episodes.
Any other single issues? Did we get everything?
No, I think we got everything.
All right. Trade-wise, Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns trade. This was
that was the fun follow-up to the team-up with Batman and Santa Claus that really, like, in canon had a neat idea for Santa that was it's so easy for it to have been cheesy.
It was so much fun.
Good.
Both of them were.
And integrated into the DC universe in a fun way.
Yep.
So I recommend both of those collections.
We've got Batman and Robin Year One, both the trade and the hardcover. It's a complete 12-issue story that Mark Waid and Chris Samney did. Human Target by Tom King hardcover. That's the big deluxe version of that. The Moon is Following Us Volume 2, which is Danny Warren Johnson's sci-fi book.
It's really kind of dream, trying to save their kid in dreams.
Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone Volume 3 and X-Men by Jed Mackay Volume 3. All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to watch some trailers. All right, we had a handful of trailers come out to talk about. Let's start with the big one. Let's start with Supergirl.
Okay, yeah. This is on the teaser side of trailers.
Almost all of these are teasery.
Yeah.
But I mean, this kind of gives you the bare bones of what the story is going to be.
It does, although if you don't know what that story is from the comic it's based on, it may be a little bit weird. In fact, you can make it through this trailer, which shows a pretty blonde girl in a kind of long coat on an alien world,
getting drunk
and getting clearly involved in some kind of situation and fighting a bunch of aliens, and then in the last 20-30 seconds you're like, oh, it's Supergirl.
Right.
So if you don't know that it is, you might not even get that, which is clearly an intentional thing. They want to, but there's a very intentional thing to differentiate her from her cousin, Superman. And you know what? The trailer didn't blow me away, but I do think it's a pretty good trailer.
Yeah, I think it resonated a little bit more for me on the second watch.
I kind of agree.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Tom King story that this is based on.
Yeah.
But I think lensed through James Gunn and the director Craig Gillespie, I have a lot of faith in those people kind of shaping this into something a little bit more, not palatable, because the story's fine, but it's something that kind of resembles more of the values that James Gunn does.
Right. We were looking up the director off mic.
Yeah.
And he's got some good stuff to his name.
Yeah.
So, unlike the fun side of things, there's the remake of Fright Night, which was surprisingly good.
I rewatch that quite often.
It's really good. I was trying to find somebody who I haven't seen, who I know who hasn't seen to watch it again, because I want to rewatch it. But on the more serious side, did I, Tonya, that Tonya Harding sort of retelling, which was really good.
Yep.
And
the movie Dumb Money, which is the GameStop, actual, the real story about the GameStop stocks and stuff like that. Yeah. It's something that shouldn't have worked, but it was really good. I guess I didn't know that
they made a movie of that. That's cool.
It was good. And then he did... oh God, what's the last one that I'm blanking?
We just talked about
Cruella.
Yeah, Cruella. Cruella's great.
I think it's underrated.
There's no reason Cruella should be that good, but it is. It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So, I never got around to seeing that one. I should
with a look.
I think you add in Jason Momoa as Lobo.
Looks good.
You get more Crypto. Millie Alcock
I think she's
is
gonna
really
be
good.
I think she'll be very good.
She was really good at the end of Superman, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of interested in this.
And
the main thing that's getting me is that I'm not sure I want to watch boozy Supergirl through an entire movie, and it seems like they may be doing the hero's journey.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is.
I also think they want to kind of front load that so that people who, the same way that they kind of had really made a point, I think, in the first Superman to kind of have him there were threats that could hurt him constantly. Yeah. He got his ass whooped quite a bit.
They want to make sure they're vulnerable.
They want to make sure they're vulnerable and are not just too powerful to be interesting for people.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing to do.
I think, and so I think they want to emphasize that in the ads. I don't know, how much she'll be like that throughout it, but I also do I like those heroes' journeys in stories. If you had a samurai who's a drunk guy and is but a natural fighter, and then in the last 20 minutes he comes out swinging. I'm I love that stuff.
I would imagine there's going to be some sort of emotional component where how can I even begin to stack up against my cousin who is this kind of epitome of good?
Well, also she was usually I think the story is generally that she was raised on Krypton, so she has memories of Krypton where he doesn't. Yeah. And they're going to somehow, it looks like, incorporate the bottled city of Kandor story into this because you see this energy dome projecting over.
I didn't catch that the first time.
Yeah, and Lobo, of course, isn't in the comic, so that's going to be some new addition. But it can still follow the comic's loose plot, and they just bring him in as an enforcer.
Have a bet on whether or not we see some space dolphins?
I don't think we do. I bet Lobo's just going to be kind of a badass who fights.
Man, that would be
They'll set this up that if Lobo is if he's a breakout character the way that Mr. Terrific was in Superman, they may do a Lobo project later.
It would be so easy to do something they show him to be this hard ass, and then somebody says hey, if you get all the money from this bounty, what are you going to do with it? And they just do a smash cut to him being oh, who's a good little boy with his space dolphins.
I could see it. It's possible.
You could work it in real quick.
We'll see.
Or give him his pop.
The sort of notable, this is not a talkie trailer, but the notable line in it, she says talking about her cousin to somebody, she says basically of Superman, he's he sees the good in everyone and I see the truth.
Yeah, it's a good line.
And I think it's a good line to kind of differentiate them. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Same.
Agreed.
But I will also be looking forward to a second trailer that gives me a little more.
Fair. All right, and since we're going to run low on time, we're going to just cut to one last teaser we want to talk about, and that is the Street Fighter teaser out of the Game Awards.
Yeah, this is very short. It's 40 seconds or a minute maybe.
It is all visuals and tone.
And it's ridiculous, and I really liked it.
I'm in, honestly.
Well, they did enough fan service. I was in until the last little thing they did in the end of the trailer.
You weren't in.
No, I was in, but now I'm
more
in.
You're super in.
When they show the car being beat up.
Yeah, I'm that was always the stupidest thing in the video game, but
it's like a bonus stage.
Yeah,
bonus
stage. You got me.
You know what, Nick? That was kind of what got me too.
Yeah.
So what got me was actually right out of the gate the kind of ridiculous. It has a sort of a 70s kung fu movie music that's bum 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 bum, kind of big dramatic thing. And then it kind of switches over to this hip-hop thing. Yep. And it is it's all these dudes squaring off against each other or just shots of the characters. And they are in full bright costume.
Man, the costumes look great.
There's no we're going to try and make this look like real military fatigues on Guile. Or we're going to kind of downplay the look of somebody.
Nope.
There's crazy hair on Guile.
Yep.
There's you see, what else do you see? Ken and Ryu. Oh, and some fun casting. David Dastmalchian
as Bison. He looks great.
He does.
He looks great. I think he is going to kill it on that.
Yeah. And I believe it's Jason Momoa as Blanca.
Yes.
Yes, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, but also amazing.
It looks great. The one little shot we saw of him. Yep. Yeah, we don't know what the movie's going to be like. Street Fighter is a tough thing to write for.
Right. But this has there was wire fu martial arts that looked fun and cool. It had a high camp factor.
There's no possible way that there's going to be a good Street Fighter movie and a good Mortal Kombat movie in the same
seems
year,
impossible,
right?
but here's the thing. While that trailer for Mortal Kombat looks good, and Carl Urban is always fun, Mortal Kombat 1 was unwatchable. The new one?
I don't think it was unwatchable.
It was unwatchable.
It was unwatchable
boring.
for me.
It was just boring.
Yeah, and that's something you really shouldn't do with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think, of that and Street Fighter, it's the somewhat more serious property.
Yeah.
Somewhat. but
serious, and it should be over the top brutal.
but
Street Fighter's just supposed to be kind of like just beating people up
Yep.
and
Yeah,
fuck.
it's a little goofy.
if anybody has ever seen I think one of the sort of touchstones in the Street Fighter universe is the Street Fighter 2 movie, the anime.
Yeah.
And that one is really good. It actually has just enough seriousness that like some of the fights are taken seriously.
I agree with
and,
that.
And actually, Vega in it is like played like he's like a crazy serial killer man.
Yeah.
So they like make him scary, but it's ridiculous. It's just
Here he's just a
Cheeseball.
yodeling man with a claw.
he looks fun.
He does.
So, I believe what's the name of there's some country rocker who I really like.
Isn't
the song that they used.
Isn't it Lil Nas X?
No.
Smaller than that.
He's like an alt country guy.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of hip hoppy a little bit, right? It's
No. So that's the guy who's playing Vega.
playing in the song. Yeah.
Playing that. Like his. And then 50 Cent is Balrog.
Yep.
And there's various other I think they also got some people from like MMA and stuff like that.
Yeah, they
too.
did.
Do you think
So-
Balrog's gonna have a real big fight with like Diddy?
We can only hope. But anyway, yeah,
I'm pretty excited for this.
I've rewatched this trailer multiple times for the vibes. There is a solid chance it's gonna suck.
Oh yeah.
I grew up. I mean, Street Fighter was one of my like key games as a kid.
But I have to say, if I were to like say what tone and kind of energy would I like, the trailer got it anyway.
agreed.
We'll see as it gets a little closer.
All right. Let's move on to our coming soon for 2026.
Okay.
Let's start with. You want to start with movies?
Real quick, I think we're going to talk about movies, comics, and graphic novels,
TV,
board games, and role-playing games, and TV.
Yep.
And I threw in a few video games just to shake it up a bit.
So
yeah, that's right.
We probably will not get to it all in this podcast. There is a chance, if we're not as crazy as we expect to be in the next couple of weeks, that we will finish up with a quick podcast where we'll talk about the best of 2026, the rest of the other categories.
Right.
But if not, you'll have to wait till the next year for the rest of our what's going to be next year. Which time you'll be saying what's going to be good this year.
But let's see what we can do.
Let's see what we can do.
You want to each do two?
What do you guys want to start with?
Let's do movies, like you said. I think let's just transition to that.
We all use Letterboxd, right?
Yes, I do. I did not use that.
I use
for
Letterboxd
this.
to make my movie list, and I believe my list has 19 movies on it.
Okay.
Mine is ballpark same.
So
but
you want to just alternate back and forth?
Sure.
All right. I got 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple.
It's number one on my list.
Looking forward to it.
It is already getting like good reviews.
Nice. He's talking about doing a third one. Like, he's going to keep doing this universe. And
But-
I wouldn't have thought after 28 weeks later that I wanted any more of this universe.
Right.
But 28 Years Later with was really good.
And this is just them writing, and isn't it Nia DaCosta doing?
Nia DaCosta's directing. And I've liked her movies.
And Ray Fiennes can read the phone book in this point,
It does look to more heavily feature Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
Plus,
It's his story.
He was already good in the previous one.
He was, yes. Yeah, for sure.
and we get more of the tracksuit weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I did not see the second one in theaters or this, but I'm gonna go see this one. I absolutely adored the last one.
It was
It was
really
really
good.
good. Dave and I went and saw it. and I really liked
Something
it.
different from the zombie world.
And then, what else you guys got? What do you got?
I
Dave?
think this is on all of our lists.
Probably.
But Resident Evil.
Yep. This would not have made the cut if it was not by Zach Cregger.
Right, exactly.
But like two of my favorite horror movies of the last several years, Barbarian and Weapons, were both by him. And I am dying to see what he is going to do with a licensed property where it sounds like they gave him total permission to do whatever he wanted. And he says he's basing it on his gaming experience. And so it's like, I don't think he's got to worry about any continuity. There's definitely like no worry about the Mia Jovovich movies.
But I feel
It's
like
gonna
he loves the property.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to transition. And it's already almost completely filmed, I think.
Yeah, I know they've been filming it in Prague.
So we are getting this
Getting it next
year.
year? Yeah.
Or next year.
Yeah.
Probably later in the year.
Sure.
But I would imagine they'll target a October time.
Yep.
But I am super, super excited for
Me
it.
too.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of can't drop the ball.
Especially knowing that the kind of druggie from Weapons is going to be the main star.
Oh,
he
was so
he
good.
was amazing in that movie.
He was so good. He is actually a homeless meth head, though, right? Because he was really good.
He was
Is he
really
playing
good.
anybody that's like Chris Redfield or
I don't
something?
know.
He's the homeless meth head in Resident Evil.
I think he might be just a new character.
Oh
in
yeah,
that.
I do seem to remember he said that he's kind of doing all original characters. I don't even know if he's
I think
doing
it's a good
like
idea.
the special ops team that is usually the kind of center of a lot of Resident Evil stuff, the Star Team,
There have been a lot
which
of
is such a goofy name.
It is.
That sounds
Really?
like some kids after school program. You're a superstar.
I want there to be a good Resident Evil movie because there's a lot of crap. Resident
There's a
Evil
lot of
movies.
crap. There, I know that some people like it's kind of a fun B movie franchise for them, but it's never been really good.
Right.
Let me throw
Dave,
one out
yeah,
here.
yours.
I'm gonna continue the horror vibe, and I'm gonna put out Robert Eggers' Werewolf, spelled WERWULF.
On my list as well.
I did not see Nosferatu in theaters. I regret that because it's such a beautiful film.
I ended up seeing it twice, and I have to say it was an amazing theater experience.
Him doing a werewolf movie, you know, the only way Robert Eggers can, which is going to be a little esoteric, a little strange,
Stylish and weird.
Stylish.
I feel like it might be set. I don't know. Remember when it's set? Is it like the 1800s?
I think that's what I read.
think that's right.
He said he doesn't want to film movies that are set in modern day. So he's not like, I will make the werewolf relevant. I think he's more like, I will tell a story about it and you will find the relevance.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, Nosferatu, I did not expect that Eggers was gonna hit with me. I thought it was gonna be just kind of too weird and too dark. But I love Nosferatu, and so I have a pretty good sense.
I was
of
big into it.
Werewolf.
Well, we will see
Yeah.
Werewolf. I believe it is actually a Christmas film next year.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
You know what? I felt like Nosferatu almost functions as a Christmas movie because it's like draped in the
Yeah.
snow draped Germany.
And
so
of course, we all wait for Nosferatu to come down the chimney.
yes, it's to come climbing down the walls
Yeah.
of the chimney.
Yeah.
And
To bring you your presents, by which I mean death and blood.
yes, but also
He just takes the blood.
sexy somehow.
Sexy somehow.
Sexy blood taking.
All right, what else y'all have?
Up next on my list, I have The Bride.
Oh, right, I forgot this.
Seen
This
the
is-
trailers for Maggie Gyllenhaal's directorial debut? Or
No,
she
it's her second one.
Second
It
movie,
looks
okay.
like Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein as Bonnie and Clyde.
1930 Chicago, as Frankenstein's basically trying to get a scientist to make him a bride, and yeah, they go on like a crime spree.
Yep.
Looks really stylish, looks really cool. It could be terrible, I don't know, but the trailer is very.
It's not going to be
effective.
terrible. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
You saw her previous one,
Her previous one was a little bit small.
okay?
It didn't have this kind of flair, but it was really, really good. It had Olivia Colman and
Is that Lost Daughter?
yes, Lost
Okay.
Daughter.
Yeah, okay.
It was good. It was unnerving, but I expect the Bride to be quite good.
Yeah, looking forward to it. What else you got, Nick?
I'm gonna go a little bit of holiday. Stick with the December because I think this is when it comes out. But Violent Night 2.
Looking forward to that.
Who's the dude in
It's
that?
David Harbour.
David Harbour.
David Harbour.
I just rewatched the first one over the weekend because I was doing kind of like my odd Christmas movies
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
into the holiday spirit. There are a few movies that have been made recently that captures the holiday spirit as Violent Night. I think it actually is weirdly wholesome. Even
So should I see it?
I think you might like it. It is basically Die Hard and Home Alone lens through Santa Claus.
Yeah. I remember the trailers were good.
It's dumb, but it's so much fun.
Okay.
I think David Harbour is the right energy as a Viking Santa Claus, and it kicks ass.
Do you mean he's like literally?
He
like
is
that?
literally a Viking that has become Santa Claus.
Oh, is it? But it's in modern times.
Yes, it's in modern times. He's been Santa Claus for that long.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Does he use guns and stuff?
Have you not seen Violent Night? Oh man, it's so good. It gets into his history.
it does.
He
He does
uses-
not like guns.
Yeah, he doesn't like guns. He uses a
interesting.
hammer.
He uses a hammer.
Oh, yeah. I thought this was one of those gun-toting Santas.
No.
It is brutal and bloody and violent.
It's
and,
so good.
and so good.
So you're ready for the second one?
Oh, I am super excited.
Me too.
It's the
Excited
same
for it.
director
Yeah.
and everyone coming back, so I'm thrilled to have a second one.
Since the first one was kind of Die Hard riff, I assume that he'll be dealing with terrorists on a plane
Yes, I hope so.
and an evil SEALs team that reveals itself to be.
Well, they already did that.
They did do that. You're right.
They
you're
did
right.
do that.
So it's got to be Die Hard 3.
Oh,
he's going to have to
it's
be.
gonna be with a
in
vengeance.
In a
I
vengeance.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
He'll have Samuel Jackson. Yeah.
Dave, what else is on yours?
I'm going to cheat in two because one's real fast.
Oh, I
Sure.
see.
One we've essentially already just discussed in the trailers is Supergirl.
Yeah,
Yep.
all looking forward to
I
it.
think we're all looking forward to that.
Yep.
Then I'm going to throw out one that I'm very much hoping for because I love The Martian, is Project Hail Mary.
Man,
It's
I
on
hope
the
it's, I
list.
mean, those directors have never let me down.
Yeah.
I've liked everything they've done. And the book is, I think, better than The Martian. I'm super excited about it.
I like Project Artemis a little bit. I think the best of all three. So that one they haven't made into
I've
a
not
movie.
read that one yet.
I think I mean, this is such a wishy-washy thing, but I think I like them all for their different qualities.
they're all
and I
good.
don't quite want, if you haven't read Project Hail Mary, I don't want to say why I like it because it would give away too much stuff from
Right.
it.
I get
But
that.
I
But-
feel like Ryan Gosling is a great person
Great
to
casting
get.
for it.
I was worried
you know-
he was too handsome to
Same.
play an average school teacher, but they made him kind of look a little dorky enough
Yeah.
in the
So,
trailers.
After seeing him in The Nice Guys, where he also plays he's good looking, but he's kind of a schlub.
Yes.
I knew that he was probably capable of doing
Yeah.
this.
I am excited for this.
Yeah, I think this is potentially
It's,
a movie
it's,
of the
this is
year.
a movie that's gonna that has some of the survival science of The Martian. It's got a story that should be touching as well. I think it's gonna be really good.
I'm also going to cheat and do two because they're both kind of the same movie.
Okay.
Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man Brand New Day are both next year.
Yep.
This year was an okay movie okay year for movies. We
Yeah.
got Thunderbolts, we got Fantastic Four.
I was actually very happy with both.
Oh, I liked
was-
them quite a bit too, but we haven't had Avengers and Spider-Man.
Right. Nothing on that level.
So I'm really hopeful for Doomsday. I'm ready for that trailer. I want to see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to introduce a bunch of characters who are in Phase 4 into the Avengers, like Shang-Chi, and see how all that works. And I'm really
that is
looking
gonna happen.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Spider-Man Brand New Day looks like after the end of Spider-Man
Sure.
No Way Home, because the ending of that was the first time we've
Sort of
seen
a
Spidey.
reboot of sorts.
Right. Well, it's Spidey. It's Spidey as Spidey. He doesn't have his Aunt May. She's gone. He doesn't have his friends. Nobody knows who he is.
Identity hidden
He's
again.
not an Avenger, and he has the costume. We've never seen the costume look that good.
It's true.
It looked like the classic Spider-Man
Yeah.
costume.
Those are
So,
no-brainers. I can't wait for
I'm
either of them.
super excited for both of these, and I hope they don't drop the ball.
I hope not either, but the Russos have not made a good movie
Right, but-
outside of the MCU.
But I think the thing is they're kind of like Mark Waid. I'm probably not listening. Kind of like we were talking about Mark Waid. Mark Waid is great when he's doing Marvel characters, DC characters, especially DC
Yeah.
characters. He needs that little bit of common world built already.
Agreed.
They're not great at world building,
Yeah.
and
They
so I
try.
think when they have they have the basic structure of these comics,
Then they do
they're stronger.
find
yeah.
the
Then
way to build
They
it
do
out.
fine with building out.
Yep.
But they can't go from nothing.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. So I'm still pretty hyped for it.
I'm going to cheat and do my last two
Oh,
just
I see.
because.
All right. Yep.
One we watched a trailer of today.
Yep.
It was Disclosure Day, which
Yep.
is
Sorry, Disclosure.
Disclosure Day.
What a weird name for a movie.
So
It is.
this is the Emily Blunt starring Steven Spielberg returning to Aliens.
Right. Which he's only done in Close Encounters. Oh, in E.T., of course.
Yeah.
And War of the Worlds.
And War of the
And War of
Worlds.
the
That's fair. Yep.
So it's
And
It's a fascination of his.
it is a fascination. This kind of looks like a blending of a lot of those movies. So some themes we're familiar with, but really presented in kind of a different
it is almost
way.
a little bit more like a sort of a somewhat eerie Contact.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like Emily Blunt gets on TV.
So she's like a newscaster of some
weather-
sort.
a weather person.
And she starts talking and sort of a little ways into it, she sort of seems like she's stumbling a bit, and then suddenly she's talking in what sounds like alien language.
Right.
And it's clear that I don't know actually what effect it has on people, but it almost looked like there was somebody who looked up and recognized it.
I think it kind of alludes to sleeper cells of aliens that have
Yeah.
been here for a long time, which is weird. But
Although it seems like she was if she is an alien, she got triggered and didn't know what was going to happen.
Correct.
Like somebody just pressed a button.
I still say that Spielberg does not make bad movies.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this off mic a little bit. This is a guy who's his basic craft is next level.
Yeah. His last one that he did, which was kind of a story of himself away.
Oh yeah,
about,
but it was supposed to be very
but
good.
I forget.
Oh, it's a family, right?
Yeah, but
I
it
didn't
is very
see it,
much.
but I heard good things.
It's kind of a loose autobiography of him.
Yeah,
right.
And it was really good. It was really touching and
Yep.
masterly done.
Feldmans?
Oh yeah, I think that is
The
what it.
Feldmans
I was looking
Something like
looking
that.
it up. Yeah.
But I'm excited for this because he crafts a story that is very interesting. Him returning to these kind of roots
It was hard to tell from the trailer too much about it.
Fablemans.
I was not... I'm like a little bit like... I think that even some of the stuff, the recent hearings and things like that, are kind of rooted in dodgy sources and things like that. And dodgy videos and things. Yeah. So I don't think this is anywhere near as clear cut as some people might think. So I kind of don't want this to be like Steven Spielberg kind of just making a tract or anything about like, hey, they're out there, government, tell us the truth.
Right.
But I don't think we're going to get that.
But Spielberg's not Oliver Stone.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where I think he wants he knows a good story.
Right. It does seem like this has a yarn to spin, and if I had to guess, even though I'm almost 100% sure that Spielberg does think that there's aliens and stuff out there,
yep.
I don't think that he's telling the story of what he thinks they actually are like.
No.
I think he's telling a story that's interesting, that may reflect that in some ways. But it was a cool, mysterious trailer, and y'all know I love UFOs and weird, spooky stories about aliens, so I'm in.
And then my last one is a smaller film, but it's a Sam Raimi directed film called Send Help, which is Rachel McAdams plays a woman who gets stranded on an island.
We've seen the trailers for this
with a coworker.
Oh yeah,
it looks really good, and it's
wait. She's stranded
on an island
with her domineering boss, and it turns out that she's the useful one, and then she begins torturing her.
Right. And he's sort of like initially, at least, is sort of like do this, do that, and she's like, we're going to do this different.
I love Sam Raimi.
I do.
When he goes into his bunkers, I am all for it.
I think I like Sam Raimi. I watched this year the Drag Me to Hell, and I only kind of liked it.
Drag Me to Hell is so fun.
And seeing the trailer for this one, I don't think this one is up my alley.
Right. And
I think it's one of those I think we've only seen the tip of the iceberg as to how good it's going to get.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a good theater experience, so Nick, let's go see it.
Yeah, and I have a huge fondness for Rachel McAdams. She's a great actress.
I forgot, by the way, that Steven Spielberg directed West Side Story.
Yes.
I forgot.
I guess I should see that movie too.
Ready Player One, which I was not a huge fan of, but it's definitely a good, well done.
Yep. I kind of liked Ready Player One.
He has been directing good movies for 50 years.
Yeah.
Jaws was 1975.
Even my favorite directors often only have 10, maybe 20 years of like real quality material.
It is crazy.
Dave, do you have any more on your list?
I do. I'll tell you what. I'll hit 3 of them real quick.
Yeah, I'll jump through mine real quick at the end.
Dune Part 3.
Yeah.
I didn't like Part 2 enough to... I'm not sure I want to go back.
This is sort of a loose one. I had my issues sort of with 2 as well, but here's what's interesting to me about this one. It's the first time that, like, at least as far as big movies go, not Sci-Fi Channel movies, that they're going to get into material past the first book.
Sure.
And that, a lot of people will tell you, oh, Paul's not really the hero. His thing gets out of control, and he actually causes untold deaths and things like that.
Yeah.
But the movies as they're structured now might still lead you to believe, he's basically the white savior hero.
Yep.
And this should be the one that sort of is like, okay, let's look at this in a more nuanced way. But having taken that journey and sort of felt like that, I really wonder how audiences will react and how they'll adapt some of this stuff from the book. There's some cool and weird stuff in that second book, and so
Denis Villeneuve is a competent filmmaker.
For sure. Beyond competent. His craft is very high. He's not always my guy.
Right.
He's usually not my guy.
He's usually kind of cold.
He is.
And sometimes that works in the movie's favor when you're dealing with like Blade Runner and things like that.
I think it was that Dune is a cold series of novels.
Yes, it is.
And yet he still wasn't quite perfect for me, but I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Likely see it on the big screen.
I'll sit in the theater for 3 hours.
So my also on the sci-fi adventure-y sort of front, but more goofy, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yep. Super excited for this.
That last trailer where an Imperial Walker falls off a cliff was very cool, and so I'm hyped for it. I know it's probably not going to be great, but I think it'll probably be very fun.
But here's the thing: it's Favreau actually directing. And he doesn't make bad movies.
What else has he done?
I mean, he did Elf. He did...
right.
Chef.
Jungle Book.
I was thinking of the other guy. Who's the other bigwig?
Robert Rodriguez?
Didn't he?
No, for Star Wars stuff.
Oh, Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni wrote some of this.
Because Dave Filoni is not an all-hits thing for me.
Yeah.
Even though, I do think he's a genius.
But Favreau knows
Favreau did also make
movies.
Lion King live action.
But that's like a weird exception.
That was
so we know that's not
That's the
usually
exception
his
that
track
proves the
record.
rule.
And we also know he has a passion for Star Wars.
Yeah. No, I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, I think so too. And
I'll do one more. It's not sci-fi.
Yep.
though. This is another. It could end up not being my thing, but The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I'm such a hit and miss, and mostly miss with Nolan, but I want to see this.
Because the idea of like just seeing a filmmaker of his caliber take on the sort of essentially a fantasy project, a iconic literary thing that kids read in junior high or high school. I'm just like, what is he going to do with it? What is his going to angle be?
And the cast is...
Is it Matt Damon in the
is.
lead? And although I do feel like when I see the cast and stuff, I almost right now they register as almost stunt casting to me. I see the character. I don't see the characters. I see the actors.
Yeah.
But I think in the actual movie, I'm hoping that will fade, and I do think Matt Damon playing a wily hero, I don't think he can pull that off.
Well, and he is like a lot of directors nowadays. He has a troupe that kind of like follows him from movie to movie, and that he loves to utilize. So I just see them as his kind of guys at this point.
Randy, what else you got?
Clayface.
Yep.
Now, I'm not
I'll throw
sure
it on
about
list.
this. It's a weird one. It's written by Mike Flanagan, directed by the guy who did Speak No Evil, which I know, Nick, you liked.
Yeah.
Speak No Evil. We saw that. Or I saw that too. Right?
Yeah, well...
He mostly works in horror, so this is going to be like a horror film.
Speak No Evil was the one with the vacationing family.
Yeah.
That was actually really good.
It was very good.
I may need to watch that at next
Very
year's Halloween. The trailers creep me out, so I'm not
It's
sure.
going to creep you out, but it's good.
So he's doing Clayface with a Mike Flanagan script.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing to do when here's our second movie, Supergirl. Here's our third movie, a horror movie based on Clayface.
And we
don't have Batman yet.
We don't have Batman.
Yeah.
So it's weird, but
Sure.
I'll give it a shot.
Right. Like if you're going to do weird, the pedigree of those people is very high.
Coyote versus Acme, the movie that Zaslav tried to kill.
It's true.
That they managed to save it.
Is that exactly what it sounds like? It's Wile E. Coyote?
Wile E. Coyote suing Acme in court for all their failed devices.
Is it like cartoon and live action?
Mix of cartoon and live action.
Isn't that Will Forte?
Will Forte, John Cena, a few other people. Luis Guzman is in it. There's people who saw it before it got cacked said it was great.
Yeah.
Why did it get cacked? I know
Because
Zaslav
was trying to sell it up for a tax write-off thing.
Jesus.
They managed to sell it to another studio, so that was good. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm kind of curious about Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping.
Oh, same here.
I thought I was done with Hunger Games, but then that Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds was really good.
It was. I enjoyed
So
it.
I'll give that a look. Jumanji 3.
That's on my list too.
I'm excited. I really like both Jumanji movies more than I expected to.
Yeah.
Even though I've soured on The Rock a little bit.
I'm still cautiously optimistic about it.
The Legend of Aang: The Last Airbender, which I believe is the animated movie.
It is.
That is going to follow the series main cast in their young adult years.
Is that the first original feature with the animated characters?
And it is deep. Why can I not say their names?
It's them, the main guys.
The main people who run Avatar.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. Mortal Kombat 2, which we alluded to during our Street Fighter. Let's see, I'm looking at Ready or Not, Here I Come.
Yeah.
I loved Ready or Not, and I am excited to see, after the trailer, I'm really excited to see the sequel. Scream 7. I'm a little nervous about this one.
It doesn't... The trailer did not wow me.
Me neither.
But I've seen all the other Scream movies. I've seen them all in theaters, so I'm probably going to watch this.
I'm disappointed by all the chaos that went on behind it. It feels like and Kevin Williamson is not the reason I like Scream.
No.
In fact, it's the opposite. I like all the stuff that was done after he left.
I like the Kevin Williamson stuff.
I like them fine. I think the second trilogy is way better. And so him coming back is a detriment, not a bonus for me.
Yeah.
But I'm still curious enough to see it. And then Toy Story 5. I feel like they shouldn't make another Toy Story, but that's what I said with 3. That's what I said with 4, and they were both good movies. So as long as they don't keep fucking it up,
that is like Pixar's movie. I don't think they're going to screw it up.
Yeah.
They better not.
All right. We got a little time. We can probably do one more category. You guys want to do?
We should do something for the story, either games or comics.
Let's do.
Let's do comics.
Okay, let's do comics. All right. This is a harder one because
it is.
They don't give us much more. Like we know it's going to happen like March.
Yeah.
We don't have we don't know what's going to be in most of the year. But Marvel's relaunching a few things in the next few months. Mark Spector Moon Knight.
Yep.
Daredevil by Stephanie Phillips. And
The Mark Spector Moon Knight has a good hook.
It is. Yeah, Mark Spector gets disappeared.
Yep. Someone has taken
And so
him.
his Midnight Mission people are looking for him.
I think that's a great hook.
It is. And it's the same as Jed Mackay, and I think it's probably a new artist.
Yeah.
Jed Mackay is honestly, the whole run has been good.
Yep.
It's too bad it's never kind of broken out and just sold better. But I think we would easily recommend the entire run, which it all goes together.
But you know what? He's been doing it for...
It sells pretty well for a Moon Knight book.
Yeah.
He's on what, year 4?
Yeah, more than year 4. It's like the series 4. Several of them got multiple years.
Okay.
Moon Knight has never ever had 4 series in a row.
That's true.
Not even during the 90s when he was ripping people's faces off. Actually, I guess that was the 2000s.
That was 2000s.
But Daredevil #1, Stephanie Phillips, Lee Garbett. I really like Lee Garbett as an artist.
Yep.
Stephanie Phillips hit and miss, but I'm intrigued by what they're going to do with it.
They're introducing a new villain.
Yep. And Daredevil's had so many good runs.
Yeah.
I never bet against the Daredevil run.
No, it's true.
Sorcerer Supreme, Steve Orlando and Bernard Chang doing a Scarlet Witch as Sorcerer Supreme book, which is a really fun idea.
It's a great idea.
There's a new Iron Man #1, which there's been a lot of new Iron Man's #1s, but
that's Joshua Williamson.
this is Joshua Williamson, who we really liked on Superman and on some of the DCKO stuff.
Yep.
He's kind of hit it.
I didn't realize he's doing Marvel.
Yeah.
This is his first Marvel thing.
Maybe his first Marvel book ever.
And he's hot right now. So,
Yeah. Well, and the image, the promo image is good. It's got War Machine in it.
Yep.
It's got a few other notable things. It looks good.
There's also a Punisher, if I'm not mistaken.
Are they doing another Punisher?
Yeah, Punisher gets a relaunch with Frank having a bit of amnesia, and he's going up against Jigsaw.
Okay.
Which, if you're going to do a Punisher, it sounds kind of classic.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
Shadows of Tomorrow, which is the X-Men soft relaunch in the wake of Age of Revelation.
Yep.
There's a new X-Force that Tim Seeley's writing.
Yep.
Which looks kind of cool.
That includes Helverine of all people.
Helverine of all people. Cyclops gets a limited series.
He's going to be stranded on an island fighting against Reavers.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it was a cool concept.
Magic and Colossus get a team-up book, which is super fun.
Nice.
I love Colossus, and I really like what they've done with Magic, so...
I hope that they take that into account.
Yep.
That they kind of like, I think you pointed it out, Randy. Like, the New Mutants the New Mutants movie with Anya Taylor-Joy in her role, and some of the and maybe also like what was the video game Midnight Suns?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, when she's at her kind of most fun when she's a little bit like gothy and like kind of also Russian mean girl. And I hope that carries over into this. That is my favorite take on Ilyana.
Yeah, for sure. I bet it will.
Yeah, so that sounds fun.
There is a Rogue series coming out from Erica Schultz, who is the one who wrote Halloween Eve or whatever her name is.
Hallows Eve.
Hallows Eve. And she's written some other stuff. I like her writing.
Yeah.
It's going to deal with Rogue running away from Haven House to face criminal stuff from her past with Mystique and Destiny. It's an interesting premise. I'll be curious to see if Rogue can hold down a solo series. And then Generation X-23, which is Laura and Gabby, and I'll be curious to see how they do with that. Nobody's written that character in a way I like since Tom Taylor.
Yeah.
But so she's who's writing that one? It is Jody Hauser writing.
Yep.
And I like Jody Hauser.
I like that all the X-Books are female written.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. I hadn't even noticed.
Yep.
And then Will of Doom and Dungeons of Doom seem to be exploring what happens after Doom dies.
Sure.
He left Latveria and all of his technology and all that stuff in Reed Richards' hands.
Yep.
And the Will of Doom, I think, is going to be about that, like leaving that. And then they're going to, in the Dungeons of Doom, they're discovering, like, that's Red Hulk and his team discovering what he's been keeping
There's
secret.
a lot of fallout from
and
this.
Red Hulk is leading a U.S. invasion of Latveria.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of cool stuff going on in the wake
Thunderbolt
of Doom.
is pissed.
Yeah. And then Chip Zdarsky has something coming out in June called Armageddon Assembles. I don't even think that's the name of the book, but it is like the big summer crossover.
Yeah. He's doing something with Wolverine, right?
I don't know.
I remember reading something that's coming up that he's doing with Wolverine and maybe with Wolverine lore, but it sounded like it was like another kind of eventy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is their big event. So.
Yeah, I just don't know. I like Zdarsky. I'm willing to give him a shot. Yeah. And the only other Marvel thing I have on here is Planet of the Apes Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Which sounds fun.
It does.
So bizarre.
Do you guys find any other Marvel stuff or any other stuff you want on comics?
No, I think
I've got more of a rundown.
I've got some other stuff too.
Go.
I mean,
I'm gonna hit. Well, I was gonna do 2 DC books.
Yeah, I've got some DC stuff.
Okay. So first, these are kind of both, I guess, in the middle of other things. One is a kind of DC KO thing. We're going to hit DC KO Boss Battle.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the crazy one where they're going to be like multi-dimensional, multi-company crossovers, and people like Vampirella is going to be there, and
Homelander.
Yeah. And
Annabelle.
who's the icy dude from Mortal Kombat?
Sub-Zero.
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 Annabelle,
and also the bear Samantha from Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
That is wild.
So I guess they're going to have their shot at the King Omega title. This has to be done in collaboration with creators from those books. So I'm like, this sounds like the craziest thing ever, and I'm going to definitely be excited to check it out. And then over in the Superman school of things, I saw this special coming up called Superman Chains of Love. It's in a February thing, but here's what sounded interesting to me. They say in it, love is found in the weirdest place when the Creeper and Livewire get together and forge not just a new relationship, but a new media outlet to rival the Daily Planet. They say this comic isn't a metahuman meet cute story, but a big building block for Superman lore in 2026. So, I mean, I feel like the two of them, basically, she was a shock jock, he was a kind of a tabloid reporter, the Creeper and Livewire. Like, I feel like they're going to start up like a sleazy paper. You know, they're going to do their own, like, OAN or Fox or whatever it is that they're doing. Yeah. And like, that's an opportunity to tell some stories about media and journalism and things like that. And I like both Creeper and Livewire.
Yep.
So, I am interested to see this special and then to see where it takes the Superman books, which I continue to like. So
yeah. I mean, I love Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League, one of my favorite books from this year.
Great
So
sleeper book that'll get a collection.
Little weird books like that. I'm all for. Nick, what you got?
So I'm just gonna do a blanket Absolute Universe.
Yeah.
They're launching some new books.
What are we getting?
I don't know. They've just hinted that they're launching multiple.
There is like a third wave or whatever.
But we're also getting them crossing over into DCKO.
Oh, huh.
They are showing up as
really?
as Darkseid's minions.
Oh, crazy.
So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, I'll say this: Scott Snyder in planning KO, I guess with Josh Williamson and others. They really pulled out all the stops. They're like, we're going to have big fan servicey battles. Yep. We're going to also have a crazy crossover with indie comics. And we're going to bring our wildly popular Absolute characters in now, too.
Yep.
It is funny that, they've managed to hit something that is both... It feels wilder and more indie than a corporate comics usually would.
I don't normally think of, an event comic as having, 3 wild things that happen in it.
Yeah.
But we're also getting the first crossover with... Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yep,
I think it starts in January.
I believe that's right. I believe that's right.
So that's really soon.
Yep.
A smaller book, Sirens Love Hurts, which is the Gotham City Sirens. Harley, Ivy, Catwoman.
Yeah.
But this one is including Black Canary. It's written by Teenie Howard. The big draw for me is it's Babs Tarr on art.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Which I haven't seen her draw the DC Universe in forever.
She'll be
that
great
sounds
for
really
that.
fun.
Yeah.
And then I didn't look too hard at it, but Vertigo is relaunching.
So I have the Vertigo relaunch here.
So I know one of the flagships is Denise Camp's new book.
Bleeding Hearts is what it's called. There's also End of Life by Kyle Starks and Steve Pugh.
Which, Steve Pugh is amazing.
He's Vertigo royalty. The Peril of the Brutal Dark and Ezra Kane mystery by Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips. That's the Texas Blood.
Yeah, that's Texas Blood.
So they're taking that over to Vertigo. It's a new character they've got.
Yep.
They're doing a Return to 100 Bullets, U.S. of Anger, which I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Who is...
It's Eduardo Rizzo and Azzarello.
Okay.
Nick Cretaceous, which is a zombie dinosaur time travel book.
I remember that one.
By Tom Taylor and... Derek? No. Who is
it's
it?
Derek Robertson.
It's Derek Robertson?
Tom Taylor did a Hellblazer graphic novel. He's dabbled in the sort of mature reader stuff.
And Derek Robertson.
By the way, there is a cool poster out for this. I don't know if you've seen it for the upcoming Vertigo line. Yeah. It's an against an all-white background. It's a lot of the weird characters from it, kind of all in sort of a line, walking forward. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this looks like it was done by Brian Boland, who was an iconic Vertigo artist in the 90s and did The Killing Joke and all that. It wasn't him, it's another artist, but it's kind of on that level. Yeah, and I thought it looked really good.
There's also something called The Raven Conspiracy, Black Tower of the Raven Conspiracy by Ram V and Mike Perkins.
Ram V is a good fit
Ram
for
V's
Vertigo.
a good fit, he is, and Mike Perkins is a great artist, so...
Yeah, for sure.
they've tried Vertigo since it kind of finally died.
Yeah. Faltered in the 2010s, I guess.
And they've never really been able to strike gold. I'm just like, DC is on such a roll.
They are.
And I would love for this to be another kind of tool in their belt. Because
who was it who became like editor-in-chief or whatever? She's been doing like pretty. We feel like she's been a good ringmaster for DC.
You're talking about Marie Javins?
Yeah, Marie Javins.
For sure. What is her actual job?
She's editor-in-chief.
Editor-in-chief, yeah.
She's making some
and it feels like a lot of the big stuff that's been happening has been because they ousted.
Well, Marie worked in indie comics and stuff. I've got a few of her indie comics that she shepherded, and I've known her for a long time. She is very smart and very creative, and definitely has good relationships with people. So DC was smart to put her in there, and she's proven to be a great choice.
They are paying off because of it.
Also, DC is going to do. I don't have a list of these, but more DC Finest trades. They've been doing some weird stuff. And keeping a lot of cool, like, old stuff in print.
But yeah, it's nice to see every once in a while a weird Martian Manhunter, Supergirl, like from like the 50s and 60s. And be reminded, these were weird comics.
Oh, yeah.
And on the flip side of that, they're doing more compact editions.
Yes.
They're, in the next year, it's going to be a lot of Tom Taylor. There's Nightwing Leaping into Light. There's Injustice Gods Among Us Year 1. I guess there's only 2. Flash Rebirth by Jeff Johns. Batman Dark Knight Returns, Green Arrow Year 1 by Dale and Jock, Gotham Central.
Man, Green Arrow Year 1 is a good book.
Superman Red Sun, Batman Under the Red Hood, and the Batgirl of Burnside. Those are all good $10 trades.
Yep.
It's a wide selection.
Again, if you're looking for stocking stuffer, gift, just get a couple
There's
of the
like 2 dozen different stories.
And none of them are bad.
They're all good.
None of them are bad.
Yeah, their selections have been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I've got a couple more. You guys got more?
Yeah, I've got a couple more, mostly from Image. So, Energon Universe Blanket. I'm in the can for this.
Sure, whatever they do. Yep.
And that is basically right now G.I. Joe, Transformers,
Void Rivals.
Void Rivals. Yeah.
I will say each time one of those comes out, they are always at the top of my to read pile.
They are the fun factor is very high with them, and it actually does in that sense make me nostalgic in the best way for kind of like childhood.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's the kind of fun way comics felt to me then.
Well,
and like I don't like every single decision they make in Transformers or G.I. Joe.
No.
But like the overall track record is good. They keep putting good people on them. Lots of really good art.
Well, and looking through kind of slits and everything, I've seen some of the things they're teasing for upcoming for G.I. Joe, and I'm like, that sounds really cool.
Even the meeting this week between like in the comics, I'm not going to say what happened, but with Hawk and Destro, they have a meet, and
it's really cool.
Something interesting happens in there, and I was like, oh, I wonder if this is going to lead to this, and it was very cool.
There is a book called Crowbound, which
that's on my list,
which is Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, the Ascender people, teaming up. I think this is, what was it?
If you don't mind, I've got a description here. I'm just going to quick read it. This dark epic fantasy will send readers into a grim world where all kids aged 13 are thrown into indentured servitude in the massive echoing factory. Factory is a capital F, so it must be some massive complex. Yeah. There they work themselves to the bone with no understanding of what they're working toward or why. In the midst of this shocking status quo, a young girl is torn away from her mother and must find her way back to her via unexpected and dangerous bargain with a mysterious folkloric figure.
Sure.
So this kind of reminded me of like, what's the movie with the train that's in the ice? Snowpiercer, as far as like being a kind of a commentary in some way on like labor and exploitation and all of that stuff. But they say folkloric figure, which suggests to me some sort of magic out maybe for these kids.
Well, they say dark fantasy. So.
Dark fantasy, yeah. I want to see this book.
I mean, Lemire makes really interesting books, and Dustin Nguyen is a fantastic artist.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is definitely on my radar.
What else?
And then just a small book from Brett Bean, which we actually got a little preview ashcan this week, which I was excited to see, which is Dork, or Dork.
It's spelled
D''ORC, because he is a dwarf and an orc combined.
Okay.
And basically he is running around, and mythos has been kind of formed around him because of his heritage. He also has a shield that, it's a shield, so it's not a sword or anything, but it is sentient and wants to kill everything around it. Brett Bean has worked on I Hate Fairyland.
Who's putting this out?
I believe it's Image, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. It's an Image book.
It's the pedigree from I Hate Fairyland. It's got kind of the Scotty Young vibe.
Yeah.
It looks like a ton of fun.
That sounds fun.
I have a couple more things.
Yeah.
Another Image book, Universal Monsters, Fan of the Opera.
Yeah.
I've liked all those Universal Monsters. Fan of the Opera is a little bit offbeat. I'm looking forward to what they do with that.
Yep.
Years back, I read the book, and the one of the fun things in it that's kind of not really quite in any of the movies is that, like, in the book, like, in the catacombs beneath the opera house where he, like, lurks and does his evil plans and stuff, he's got straight up old school death traps. At one point, he traps, like, the romantic, antagonist or his rival in it. And it's like in this room that has like super hot on one side and super cold on the other. It's clearly the origin of some modern supervillain stuff. I don't know if that'll make it into this adaptation, but that sounds like fun.
I feel like these have been, like, all the Universal Monsters adaptations have been fairly faithful, at least in, like, concepts.
Yeah, but they do usually kind of find, a story that's a little bit off to the side or something that was sort of buried in it.
But we're also seeing the collection of Invisible Man, I know.
Yep. And by the way, on the real quick on the collection front, I'm looking forward to Rick Remender's Escape collection.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Which his anthropomorphic animals story of like survival in a occupied World War II type city and trying to complete a mission in it.
I'm gonna read this in trade because you guys have kind of.
It's so good.
Unless he drops the ball in the ending, and I kind of don't think he will.
Yeah.
It just I don't see it happening. And I can see multiple ways this could play out.
I think it's going to go on for a little while, right? It's not just like a 6 issue. I don't think.
I actually don't know.
I thought it was an ongoing.
I feel like it's an
okay.
ongoing,
Well, anyway, I feel like there's places to go with it. So.
And then 5 Years in Reverse, which is a criminal graphic novel coming out in July or June.
Brubaker's Criminal.
This is Ricky Lawless, who is like the troublemaker kid, son of Tracy Lawless, the Enforcer, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy tale of how he met and fell in love with Mallory, who is one of Brubaker's femme fatales, I'm sure, in the middle of a crime spree. And it says it also will be a sort of entry point and a deep dive into sort of the criminal world.
Okay.
Cool. Just in time for people who come in off the TV show, which is a thing I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, and my memory is not too bad, he was the star of the first Criminal.
No, the star of the first Criminal was the coward.
Yeah,
Leo.
Is that not? Oh, that's Leo. That's right.
Now
okay.
Ricky was, I believe, one of his friends. But Leo is the star.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one shot that they did like a couple of weeks ago was so good. Yeah. It made me want to reread the whole series.
I get that vibe sometimes. Like, he's like layered all these characters in. Like, he's got a whole story in his head. Yep. That's what's kind of cool about Criminal. You can read the standalone easily. Yeah. But you can see connections between the characters. He jumps around in time a little bit. Mm-hmm. I want to do a reread at some point too. Maybe I'll make that a project in the new year. That or reading of the hundreds of graphic novels I have sitting on my tables.
Sure.
All right.
Hang on.
Yeah, one more? Two more? Oh, okay.
Fast ones.
Yeah.
One is, I don't really know much about this, but there's a project coming up called The Death of Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's part of the Kaisei trilogy or trio of linked Godzilla titles. Yep. In some way, and they are not trying to pretend he's dead forever. Right. Even the solicit says, Godzilla will die. He's like, but to be reborn in some way, in some new form. Yeah. But they have a cover that's an homage to the death of Superman. They're clearly going to have some fun with the idea of his death, and I think that's kind of cool. And then there's one weird one. I actually don't know who's putting this out, as if it's Image or some just indie company. But it's an adaptation of these sort of surreal, artsy crime novels from Paul Auster, I guess you'd say. It's called his New York trilogy. We have it, I think, in our preview. And I'm going to just read you what the description of it says. The New York Trilogy is a series of 3 interconnected postmodern detective novels by American author Paul Auster, and then they name him. And it says the books follow a writer-detective who becomes entangled in mysterious cases, exploring themes of identity, language, and reality through a noir-inspired lens, often blurring the lines between fiction and life as the protagonists lose themselves in their investigations. I know this is a very kind of surrealist, probably Lynchian sort of weirdness. And I was always curious about the books, and I've never quite gotten around to them. But in the accessible format of a graphic novel, I'll probably check it out.
I believe one of the graphic adapters is David Mazzucchelli.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the artists are Paul Karasik, who I don't know, Lorenzo Mattotti, who I don't know, and David Mazzucchelli, who is, of course, a legend. It also says that the second two parts of the trilogy are appearing in this volume for the very first time as a graphic novel. Yeah. So maybe it's never been published.
Oh, maybe that's the case. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've read a little bit about these over the years, and I've always been curious, so I'm anxious to see it.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious about this. It has my attention. Is that everything?
That's it for me.
All right. We'll talk in the new year about TV and board games and video games and RPGs.
Yep.
And like I said, there's a possibility we will pop up on your podcast listening next week if things aren't too crazy next week.
We'll see.
But things are crazy this week. We almost didn't get this podcast done.
It's true.
And we didn't get to read all the comics we usually get to read.
But we did have to. But you won't have noticed it because we're so seamless in our perfect editing.
No, I bitched about it twice.
But we did pause to pull the comics that. So we have all the comics for the week.
It's true. Yes, there was a brief pause. You won't notice.
Remember when we said earlier in this podcast that they hadn't all arrived yet? Well, now they have.
Now they have. They're all here.
Yeah, they happened in the space between moments.
Yes. All right. Well. Everybody have a good holiday season.
Yes.
We, as always, we really appreciate y'all. This has been a great year for the store. And that is in large part due to y'all coming in and supporting us, and we really, really appreciate it. We will be here for the next couple weeks, so you come in, for Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve or during the week and, pick up some stuff. And everybody have a good holiday.
Yep.
We will be closed on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, so we will have a good holiday.
It's true.
Yep.
And until next year, Yo, Joe.
Roguecast is a weekly podcast broadcast from Rogues Gallery Comics and Games in Round Rock, Texas. You can find us online on Facebook and at www.roguesgallerytx.com and email us comments or questions at roguesgallerytx@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.